Hello, my name is David Howard. The first thing that we're going to show you is correct ballet posture. And this is Alison Potter. First, we stand with our feet parallel, with the weight resting over the balls of the feet. In ballet, we use turnout, which comes from the top of the leg. Now we turn our feet out, and this is basically where we will start our training. The ankles must be lifted, a support in the knees, a lift in the thighs, support in the stomach. The arms are resting just off the thigh. The rib cage should be poised but not stiff. The shoulders should be relaxed. The neck should feel long, the head straight ahead. Now we're ready to begin. The next thing we're going to show you are the 5 positions of the feet, which are universal. First position, second position, third position, fourth open, fourth crossed. Fifth position. One must always make certain that the turnout comes from the top of the leg, not from the knees or the ankles. Next, we have to learn the 5 positions of the arms, which vary from school to school and country to country. For our purpose, we will use the following. En bas, first position, second position, third position, fourth open, fourth crossed, fifth en haut. And now we will learn the 5 positions of the head. Erect, raised, lowered, inclined, and turned. Our first exercise is pliés. Plié means to bend. These are demi-pliés. This is second position. The heels always stay down on the floor in demi-pliés. This is third position. We have to be careful that the ankles are supported and that the knees are over the toes. Fourth open. The foot should feel very lengthened on the floor. All of the toes should be in contact with the floor. Fourth crossed. A demi-plié is very important to a dancer. Every step that he does when he's in the center will go through a demi-plié. Always watch that the energy flows freely through the body. The weight is never allowed to drop into the knees. The head is poised, and there's constantly a stretch away from the floor. Now we have to repeat it all using the other leg. Check that the rotation or turnout comes from the top of the leg, and the pelvis is not tucked under or stuck out at the back. You have to be careful in the stretching of the knees that the knees never become locked or tight. The joint areas should be supported and the muscles in the legs used well. and fourth crossed. In the open positions, such as second position, fourth opposite first, and fourth opposite fifth, it's roughly the length and a half of your own foot to find those positions. Always remember your correct posture in your pliés. The next exercise is grand pliés. There is always a preparation before the exercise begins. Grand pliés are a deep bending of the knees. In first position, the heels come off the floor. In second position, the heels remain on the floor. The toes should be spread, well in the shoe all the time. We are now in third position. The arm movement that is being used is called port de bras, carriage of the arms. And this is the first port de bras. Fourth position now, a difficult position to do a grand plié in, as it requires flexibility in the Achilles and the calf. Fourth, opposite fifth. And as you notice once again, the heels release from the floor. There should be a gentle rolling through the foot in all of the positions where the heels are raised. Notice too how she uses her head, using the inclination and the turn. The energy should travel freely through the body, coming from the torso outwards to all of the extremities. Now she will rise to the demi-point, the half point in fifth position, and then turn around always in towards the bar, change back to first position, and we repeat all using the other leg. One must be very careful in the grand plié that the back is supported and not allowed to drop. But at the same time, the body should never feel stiff or rigid. There should be a flow of movement all the time, and the head relaxed and freely moving. We are trying to create an illusion of softness and ease. As difficult as it is, it should always look natural. There are many things that one has to think about during pliés. Posture being at the top of the list. Never letting the weight drop down into the knees. And as you can see, the lift of the body each time before it's allowed to go through its downward pattern. The body goes up, the bend forward. The head must be supported in the back bend, which should be through the upper back, not dropping into the lower back. the feet cross over. This is fifth position. And she will turn from one side to the other and change back into the first. The next exercise is battement tendu en croix from first position. Preparation, arms second. Tendu to the fourth devant, in front. The foot stretches well along the floor. The breath in the body demi-plie. To the second position and first. One should always try and get the heels together each time in the first position. Notice the lift in the body each time before the demi-plie and the usage of the head. The one to the fourth derrière, fourth behind. Stretching well from the groin, down through the thighs, knees, and foot. One should always feel that the energy is sent down through the foot and the thighs stretching in the opposite direction, creating a counter-stretching action of the muscles in the legs. A side bend, over, the arm is fifth position. The other side, a rather tricky bend as she's likely to lose her balance. The arms go to fifth position and she will rise to the demi-point. Notice the poise and ease through the head. She will lift and lower down and first. Remember to repeat every exercise on the other side using the left leg. The next exercise is battement tendu en croix from fifth position. Preparation, arms second. This is a flexing of the foot, increasing the flexibility in the ankles. En croix means in the shape of a cross. All exercises at the bar are repeated en croix. The heel must be well rotated forward in the second position. The rising up, the feet cross over. On the demi-point, the half point. The arm comes down, en bas, to finish. The next exercise is battement glissé. Glissé means to slide. To the second position, the foot disengages from the floor, demi-plie. Battement glissé is a downward thrusting movement of the foot from the floor. Demi-plie, a roll through the foot now to increase the flexibility of the ankles. Very useful later on in the point work. Arms fifth en bas to finish. The next exercise is rond de jambe à terre, a circle of the leg on the floor. Preparation from first position. This is rond de jambe en dehors, outwards away from the body. The left leg nearest the bar is the one we call the supporting leg. The right leg is called the working leg. Demi-plie. And now we repeat en dedans, inside. The leg has to be really turned out, displaying the heel to the fourth devant. Notice the use of the head and the poise in the upper body. Demi-plie. And now we stretch forward, bending the supporting leg, into the back bend, and demi-plie, finish en bas. The next exercise is battement frappé. Frappé means to strike. A single battement frappé en croix, a double battement frappé, other side. The foot should be striking down to the floor, and the knee should be placed well back. Every time the foot comes into the ankle, balance, arms fifth, demi-plie, arms fifth en bas. The next exercise is battement fondu. Fondu means to melt. Preparation, and the arm comes en bas. Demi-plie, with the arm going to demi-second, a low second. A chassé en avant, moving forward, transferring the weight onto the supporting leg. Fondu, stretching to the fourth devant, arm in the fifth. Fondu, second, en l'air, in the air. Demi-plie, arm, demi-second. Notice how the elbow, wrist, and fingers are used in opposition to create a flow of movement. And it's important that the movement in the body, forward and back, be established right from the very beginning of the training, so the dancer never feels that a static quality is established in her body. Lower down, demi-plie, and stretch. Now we will demonstrate petit battement, small beating movements. The first one is done on the floor. The second one is wrapped around the ankle. The third one is crossing from the front to the back. This is called coup de pied, neck of the ankle. The thigh has to remain back. The supporting leg well lifted right from the back of the thigh. Demi-plie and finish. Now we will show you rond de jambe en l'air, circle of the leg in the air. Preparation. Rond de jambe en dehors. Rond de jambe en dedans. Double rond de jambe. Just a half circle each time. Our last exercise at the bar is grand battement, high throwing movements of the leg. Preparation, arm to fifth. Up, down, in, fifth, demi-plie. The supporting leg should remain stretched. Demi-plie. Arabesque line. The leg should be right behind the hip. Demi-plie. Now rise and balance, cross the feet well over. Take the arms to fifth. And lower down, arms fifth en bas. And now we move from the bar into the center and demonstrate the 7 movements of dance. All of the steps include at least 2 or 3 of these movements. Plié to bend. Étendre to to stretch. Relevé, to rise. Sauter, to jump. Tourner, to turn. Glisser, to glide. Élancer, to dart. Now we follow with the 8 positions of the body. Here we show the use of épaulement, which means shouldered. Croisé devant, crossed in front. Fourth devant, facing. Écarté, separated. Effacé, open. À la seconde, facing. Épaulé, shouldered. Fourth derrière, behind. Croisé derrière, crossed behind. This is a port de bras exercise, showing the usage and carriage of the arms. Preparation, demi-second, en bas. First, second, lift the arms and lower down. First, third, release the arms. Notice how the head and the shoulders and the arms coordinate through all of the positions. The body lifts again. Arms first, fifth, second, and down to en bas once again. The following exercise demonstrates arabesque and attitudes. Preparation. First arabesque. Second arabesque. Third arabesque. Fourth arabesque. Chassé is a connecting step. Attitude, effacé. Croisé devant. Attitude, derrière. Effacé, devant. A center practice exercise for épaulement and the use of the head. The head goes towards the leg on the way forward, demi-plié. Notice the use of the shoulders and the head. Moving back, the head goes away from the leg. We call coming forward en avant and going back en arrière. Alison will now demonstrate an adage, an exercise for slow movements. Preparation, arms second. Demi-plié, arm, demi-plié, the arms are going through third position. A ton lié, forward, and one. Close into the fifth. Now here you can see, as we've demonstrated before, the carriage of the arms, the usage of the head, and the transference of weight that we talked about while at the bar. The slow movements are very important to develop strength and coordination. This is arabesque. Second position. Demi-plie down. And now we have to repeat it on the other side. Check that the knees are over the ankles. Tenlier, en avant, arms fifth position. The fluidity is essential all the time through the arms, and the breath in the body should be incorporated in all the movements. The coup de pied that we demonstrated at the bar. Développé in the fourth devant. A développé into the arabesque. This position is retiré. Demi-plie down, and now she will freely relax and stretch the body well up. Notice the poise in the head. Next, Alison will demonstrate spotting and the use of the head, which we use in pirouettes. Notice how the head is working in opposition to the body. She's turning to the right. And the eyes focus to the front each time, and they have to remain in the same place as she comes to the front. Alison will now demonstrate an exercise for pirouettes. Tendu, fifth, a relevé from fifth. A relevé from fifth. Fourth position, a relevé from fourth. These are used as a preparation for the pirouettes. Second, fifth. An en dehors pirouette from fifth. And one to the left. Second, fourth position, pirouette. Second and fourth. Pirouette, finish fourth. We will now show an en dedans pirouette with balancé. Balancé has 3 movements. This is a chassé, pas de bras under into fourth, and an en dedans turn inside. Balancé, the body should be well used. Notice the use of the épaulement. Chassé, pas de bras under fourth, en dedans pirouette, and finish. Alison will now show you some simple allegro steps. Sautés from first position, the body jumping just a little off the floor. Échappé from first position to the second. You will now see the same thing from fifth position. This we call changement, where the feet change from the front to the back, and échappé from fifth, where the feet change alternately. We continue with changement and soubresaut. In a soubresaut, the feet do not change. Notice the use of the épaulement, which we talked about before. Alison will now demonstrate glissade. Glissade derrière, where the foot stays behind. Glissé is one of the 7 movements of dance. The body should have a nice lift to it each time. This is a lyrical glissade. Assemblés over and under. Assembler means to assemble. The foot should brush along the floor, going from 1 foot to 2. And now a series of jetés derrière with temps levé. The foot brushes. The temps levé is where the body springs up and down on the same leg. The jeté changes feet. Assemblée. We continue with a combination of glissades, jetés, and assemblées. Glissade, jeté, glissade, jeté, glissade, assemblée, glissade, assemblée, glissade, jeté, glissade, jeté, glissade, assemblée, glissade, assemblée. Alison will now demonstrate pas de bourrée over and pas de bourrée under, together with pas de chat, the step of the cat. Over, under, pas de chat. The legs go right up to the side of the knee. Pas de bourrée over, under, pas de chat, pas de chat, pas de chat, tendu. And finally, Alison will demonstrate a series of faillis, fouetté, sauté. Faillis is a connecting step. Fouetté is a sharp action. The arms go above the head, landing in first arabesque each time. The body is well lifted from the floor, and she finishes. We always finish class with a reverence. Thank you very much, Alison. Thank you. One last word. Please remember to practice carefully and be cautious at all times. Flexibility and strength take a long time to develop. Ballet requires repetition and daily practice. Thank you very much.